Today's Cowboys Report is made possible by Roan. I am rocking one of their polos from their commuter collection, and you guys should too. Say all about Roan later on in today's show, but remember, you save 20% by going to roan.com/chatsports and using code chatsports. It's Overreaction Monday after a blowout win that was maybe a little bit closer than it began. First up, Daron Bland is an all-pro this year. The haters are furious, and they are wrong. Daron Bland is an all-pro this season. He has played awesome football so far this year, although somehow now pick sixes don't count if it's only against certain quarterbacks, which is now the new spin to drag down Cowboys players. Bland is having an awesome year and an awesome start to his NFL career. He's tied for the NFL lead in interceptions this year and has tied the single-season mark for most pick sixes in a season. He has 11 INTs in 27 career games. That leads the mark since he entered the NFL. If Daron Bland had been a first-round pick, we might be putting him in the same damn conversation as guys like Sauce Gardner, Patrick Surtain. I'm not saying he is, but the day 3 draft pick status has brought him down from a national recognition standpoint. He has 6 INTs this year. It's insane. He's tied with Geno Stone. Jordan White had almost all those came in one game, by the way. Paulson Adebo, Cam Taylor-Britt. He's not allowing a ton of yards either. He's allowed 2 catches the past 2 games. He has 2 interceptions in that time frame. He's actually tied for second in the Cowboys touchdown leaders, which is a slight indictment on the spreading aroundness of the offensive scores overall, but also how good Daron Bland has been. Again, folks, you do not set a single season or tie a single season mark in any statistic in mid-November without doing special things. When the all-pro votes come in, Daron Bland better be on there or it's going to be a joke. So should Daron Bland be an all-pro this year? This is going to be today's pinned comment. I have some more thoughts I'll get to here momentarily. Why for yes and for no. It's the pinned comment, so if the ad comes on YouTube, take advantage. Head down there and let me know. Pretty clearly a yes, right? When you have historic years, you should be winning awards in the process. And when you're on the verge of potentially leading the NFL in interceptions, when you are on the verge of becoming the most prolific pick six man in a single season in NFL history, yeah, you should win those awards. He is tied with 3 other players for most picks, which has not been done by the 4 that he has this year, has not been done since 1993. Eric Allen did it with Philadelphia. He was an all-pro that year. Jim Kearney did with the Chiefs in 1972, and Hall of Famer Ken Houston with the Oilers back in 1971. By the way, you don't just have to take my word for it. Darius Slay, social media, said the exact same thing, that Daron Bland is going to be a first-team All-Pro, because what Daron Bland is doing isn't normal. How exactly the spin has become, he's doing against bad quarterbacks. Okay, other players play bad quarterbacks. No one has done this in this century. Stop trying to take away the recognition that's earned here. The haters and the losers, of which there are many, are going to have to deal with this. Daron Bland is playing out of his mind. He has been awesome this year. He absolutely deserves the first-team All-Pro recognition that I think should come his way, and the All-Pro award that I do think will come his way, especially if he keeps this up. If he gets 5 or 6 pick sixes, yeah, dude's going to be an All-Pro. Someone said, oh, no, he's not. Yes, he is. Come on. Someone said he's not good. You're just basing that on where he was drafted. Ignore the draft picks. What he's done in his NFL career. He has been awesome. I'll say this. He's a number 1 corner. He has been awesome and a special and a great pick by the Dallas Cowboys. Now, today's show is made possible by Roan. This is the commuter collection. I'm rocking one of their polos. It is the most comfortable package known to mankind. They've got the pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, and polos. Simply put, you never have to worry about what to wear with the Roan commuter collection. It's got 4-way stretch fabric, gives you breathability and flexibility. Leaves you free to enjoy whatever life ends up throwing your way, whether that's drinks, driving to and from work, or maybe if you're like me and the weather's better, you're out there golfing as well. I'm a big fan of the lack of the logo because I think the logos are annoying and distracting. So I like that it's so simple, but also comfortable and flexible as well. The Roan commuter collection gets you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. Head to roan.com/chatsports and use promo code chatsports to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you go to RHONE.com/chatsports and use code chatsports. Find your corner office comfort with Roan. Overreaction number 2, the Jimmy Johnson curse is broken. Let's hope. Maybe we can do some mean things to Rowdy as well and really kind of eradicate all the bad vibes from this Cowboys team. Jimmy Johnson, at long last, is going to go into the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor on December 30th. That is a Sunday night game technically, although with the way that the college football schedule is going to be played out, that will be broadcasted by ESPN, I believe. So it should be the Aikman Buck crew, which would allow them to be there for Jimmy Johnson's induction, which I think is maybe why they did it on that day in particular. It's about damn time Jimmy Johnson has gone in. How long have we been complaining, inventing, and begging Jerry to do the right thing and put his ego aside and put Jimmy Johnson into the Ring of Honor? I'm glad that is finally happening for Dallas and for Jimmy. If you are glad that the curses may be broken, and more importantly, Jimmy's going in the Ring of Honor, everyone spam me in the comments section. I think that's every single person watching. Overreaction number 3, the Cowboys' run defense still has some issues. I think this is fair. I thought there were some positive things to still glean, but especially in the first half, it was not very good. Against the Cowboys, Chuba Hubbard had 10 carries, 57 yards. That's 5.7 yards per carry. Against Miles Sanders, who frankly has not been that great so far this season, he had 11 carries for 50 yards. So the Panthers were averaging a very significant amount of yards per touch there in that football game. The two guys combined for about 5.1 yards per carry. And there were no runs longer than the 115-yarder, which they were busting out 6-7 yard gains far too frequently for me, especially on some early downs in the first half. The good news is the defense did play better in the second half. They limited them to just 3.3 yards per carry, knowing the game did get out of control in the fourth quarter when there was I think 2 actual plays happened, and they were 14 points for the Cowboys, which was a good thing. I mean, it was 3 plays, whatever it was. The defense did get better down the stretch, and that's a good thing, but it's also concerning because this is not a great team you played today or played on Sunday. You're going to have some more success against better teams that can run the football and stick with it longer than Carolina was able to. So what is your confidence level in the run defense? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. Troubling start at minimum. There are issues up front. There are times where all your defensive linemen, to a certain extent, are getting turned and twisted and creating holes, and your linebackers had some missed gaps, missed assignments where they didn't fit their run, didn't hit their run fits properly. Team effort, pretty clearly on the run defense side. They figured things out, and the one thing that Dan Quinn has kind of capitalized on the past couple weeks against the Giants, he deployed it with great success. That bear front. And what I mean by the bear front, it's the 3-4 front, basically. You got 5 linemen up front, but 2 of those guys are edges, outside linebackers, whatever, and 2 off-ball linebackers behind them. So you got 7 up front in the box, and you can rotate a safety down if you need to. And the reason why that's tricky to actually implement across the board is, look, you're also kind of limiting what you can do in the back end when you have 5 guys up front plus 2 linebackers, even if one's a safety and you rotate one down. So I like the usage that they're doing of that. But this was against Carolina, up by 2 scores, up by 3 scores, they want to run the football. Okay, that's fine. But you're going to play some good teams that can run the football. The Commanders can run it a little bit. Brian Robinson has had a nice year, by the way. The Seahawks want to run the football. We know the Eagles can. The Lions can run the football. The Bills have run the football better. The Dolphins can run with this of anybody. So you're going to get some tests down the stretch here. Not just for your offense, but for your defense as well. Folks, we'll be live again this afternoon for a little Victory Monday celebration. We'll do our Commanders preview because they play on Thursday. Quick turnaround, folks. We will be live. Hit that sub button right now, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. Overreaction number 4 here. I lost count. Tony Pollard's back, baby. I think it's a slight overreaction. I think he's been better. I think we would all agree on that front there. His broken tackle stuff has improved. He's broken as many or more the past 2 weeks than he has in the first 8 games, whatever it was of the season. And Pollard did run the ball better against Carolina. But I do also want to give the context. Panthers are a bad run defense. They're among the worst in the NFL. So you should have been able to run the football better. 12 carries, 61 yards, and a score, solid. Not great, not a 100-yard game, but solid, all things considered. I just need to see a little bit more out of this ground game. I'll also make note, if you take away that stupid Wildcat stuff they were doing, it then becomes 11 carries for 71 yards. And we feel really good about that, right? But still need a little bit more. Tony Pollard's numbers, frankly, have just not been what we had hoped they were going to be this season. They have not been as impactful, as dynamic, and I call it 4 yards a carry. That's kind of mediocre. Rico Dowdle didn't do that much. He might have been a little bit nicked up by that ankle injury. The Cowboys, I think correctly, are a pass-first team. But you saw it against Carolina. The Panthers' game plan was, we're keeping everything in front of us. We're having shell coverage in the back end. We'll go light boxes, dare the Cowboys to run it. Cowboys didn't run it that much. And the results weren't that great either. In the past, the passing game was fine. They did what they needed to do. Teams are going to run two high shell coverage against you. That means short passes, long sustained drives, and run the football. Cowboys did a little bit of that, not super consistently, but when you take away the explosive plays, that's the goal of what the Panthers were doing. Your running game can help you a lot there, but it's still not clicking the way it needs to yet. So grade Tony Pollard this season. A, B, C, D, or F. Sound off in the comments section. The final overreaction, this win proves nothing. And you're right. That's not to say you can't enjoy it. Not what I'm saying. The reality is the Cowboys did exactly what they were supposed to do. And that is a good thing. You were a 2-touchdown favorite. You were an 11-point favorite. You won by 23. Awesome. You took care of business. Yes, the Panthers are a bad football team. You know, this is a bad football team. The Giants. Commanders lost that one. This is a bad football team. The Bears. The Lions almost lost that one. This is the NFL. I am never going to be mad when the spread's 11 and you win by 23. How can you be mad at a 3-touchdown win? Yes, it wasn't a complete domination, but you did what you needed to do. And that's a good thing for Dallas. In the end, though, these aren't the games that matter. This team, with relative to their expectations, is going to be the story of their season will be decided in December, decided in January. Can you get farther? You're no doubt a top 10 team. You are no doubt a playoff team, but that's not the goal. They don't hang banners for making the playoffs. And fair or not, because it's been 28 years, it's kind of banner or bust for this Cowboys team. Let's see if they can have some more success come playoff time. But a good game to at least enjoy the ride along the way.